Everything's fine. Your life is stable. Your relationships are healthy. Work is good. No drama, no chaos, no crisis. And you feel weird, like something's off, like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. And the better things get, the more anxious you become. Because peace doesn't feel like peace. It feels like the calm before the storm. If happiness makes you nervous, this one's for you. What I'm about to explain will finally make sense of why good things feel dangerous. Why calm feels threatening. Why you can't relax when life is actually okay. Stay with me. Here's what's happening. Your nervous system learned that calm means danger, not safety, danger. If you grew up in chaos, your brain wired itself to expect bad things. Volatility became your baseline. Unpredictability became normal. And peace? Peace became the warning sign that something terrible was about to happen. Think about it. When you were a kid, maybe things would be calm for a day, or a week, and then something would explode. A fight, a punishment, someone leaving, something breaking. So your brain learned a pattern. Calm equals danger. Quiet equals threat. Good things don't last. They're just the setup for something worse. That's not paranoia. That's pattern recognition. Your brain is doing exactly what it was trained to do. Protect you. By staying on high alert, by refusing to relax, by treating peace like a trap. Psychologists call this hypervigilance. It's when your threat detection system never turns off, even when there's no threat. Your body is scanning constantly, waiting, watching, expecting the bad thing, because in your past, the bad thing always came. And your nervous system never got the memo that you're safe now. Here's what this looks like as an adult. Life is going well, and instead of enjoying it, you're bracing, you're waiting, you're preparing for everything to fall apart. Because it always did before, and some part of you still believes it will again. Or maybe you sabotage it yourself. You pick a fight, you create problems, you blow things up, not because you're self-destructive, but because your brain prefers familiar chaos to unfamiliar peace. At least with chaos, you know what to expect. You know how to survive it. But peace? Peace is uncharted territory, and that's terrifying. Let me paint you a picture. You're 7 years old. It's a Saturday morning. Everyone's in a good mood. No yelling, no tension. Just a normal, calm morning. And you don't relax. You watch. You listen. You wait for the shift. Because you've learned that calm doesn't last. It's just the prologue to disaster. And you're right. By afternoon, something happens. A small thing. A spilled drink. A forgotten task. And suddenly everything's chaos again. Yelling. Slamming doors. Cold silence. And part of you feels relieved. Because this you know how to handle. This is normal. The calm was the scary part. Fast forward to now. You're an adult. Your partner is being kind, consistent, loving. And you can't trust it. You're waiting for them to snap, to leave, to reveal that this was all fake. Because people don't just stay calm. They don't just love you without conditions. At least they never did before. So you test them, you push, you create conflict, not consciously, but your nervous system is trying to confirm what it already knows. That peace is temporary, that people leave, that good things always turn bad, and if you can make it happen on your terms, at least you're in control. Here's the truth. You're not broken, you're loyal. You're so loyal to the version of yourself that survived chaos that you can't let them go. Even when they're hurting you, even when the war is over, your body is still fighting. Let's talk about what happens in your brain. When things are calm, your amygdala should relax. That's the part that handles fear. But if you grew up in unpredictability, your amygdala learned that calm is when you need to be most alert, because that's when danger strikes. So it stays activated, flooding your body with stress hormones, making you anxious, making you unable to rest. You're not anxious because something's wrong. You're anxious because nothing's wrong, and that doesn't compute. Your brain is searching for the threat it knows must be there, and when it can't find one, it invents one. It makes problems out of nothing. Just to make sense of the feeling, think about this. Some people relax on vacation. You spend the whole time waiting for something to go wrong. Some people enjoy success. You spend it waiting to fail. Some people feel safe in love. You spend it waiting for abandonment. Because your nervous system was trained in a world where good things were always temporary and bad things were always inevitable. Here's what's wild. This isn't rare. Millions of people walk around waiting for disaster, even when their life is objectively fine. Even when they've worked hard to build stability. Even when they're safe, because safety doesn't feel safe when you were raised in danger. Now let's talk about relationships. If you can't handle peace, you probably end up with people who can't give you peace. Not because you're attracted to chaos, but because chaos feels like home. It's familiar. It's predictable in its unpredictability. And your nervous system finds comfort in that, even when it's destroying you, or you end up with someone stable, someone kind, someone safe. And you can't handle it. You feel uncomfortable, suspicious, like they're too good to be true, so you push them away. Or you create drama, or you leave before they can leave you, because peace with another person feels more dangerous than chaos ever did. Here's what nobody tells you. Healing this isn't about positive thinking. It's not about affirmations or gratitude journals. It's about convincing a nervous system that's been in fight or flight for decades that the war is over, that peace is real, that good things can last. And that's hard, because your body has evidence, years of evidence, that peace is a lie. So what do? You start by noticing. When things are calm and you feel anxious, pause. Notice it. Name it. This is my nervous system waiting for danger that isn't coming. Don't fight the feeling, just acknowledge it. Your body is trying to protect you. It's just using outdated information. Then you practice staying. When things are good, resist the urge to blow them up. Sit with the discomfort of peace. Let your nervous system collect new data. Good moment after good moment after good moment, until it starts to believe that maybe, just maybe, calm can last. This won't happen overnight. You're rewiring decades of survival programming. You'll have setbacks, days where you sabotage anyway. Days where the anxiety wins, and that's okay. You're not failing. You're just human, and this work is hard. Here's something important. You're allowed to grieve. Grieve the childhood that taught you peace was dangerous. Grieve the years you spent bracing for impact. Grieve the relationships you destroyed because you couldn't believe they were real. That grief is valid, and it's part of healing. Let me tell you something you need to hear. You deserve peace. Not chaos, not drama, not constant crisis. Peace. Real, lasting, boring peace. The kind where nothing bad happens. Where people stay. Where good things don't turn bad. You deserve that. And it's possible, even for you. The kid who learned to expect disaster didn't fail. They survived, with the only tools they had. They became an expert at managing chaos, at staying alert, at never getting comfortable, and that saved them. But now that kid needs to rest, needs to let the adult they became take over, needs to finally believe that the war is over. And that's the hardest thing you'll ever do. Harder than surviving chaos. Because surviving chaos you knew how to do. But trusting peace, that's new. That's terrifying. That requires letting go of the only protection you've ever known. Your fear. So if you're someone who can't relax when things are good, who waits for disaster in every calm moment, who sabotages happiness because it feels like a trap, you're not broken. You're not ungrateful. You're just carrying a nervous system that learned to survive in war, and now you're trying to learn how to live in peace. Tell me, do you feel uncomfortable when things are going well? Drop it in the comments. Let's find our people. And if this hit home, subscribe. The next video is about why you feel exhausted even when you didn't do anything. And it's not laziness, it's your nervous system. You'll want to watch that. Click it.